Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these very doughy sort of Ben style cookies, because I know they're delicious but they're fucking expensive. So it's how you can make them at home. So for these you're going to need 200 grams of unsalted butter and 300 grams of caster sugar, and then just add them together. And the first thing you're going to do is cream them together. So just get a wooden spoon and just beat them until it becomes just becomes ones. So that should be nice and smooth, just like that. And then add 1 egg. This is from my own chicken, so. And then beat that egg in. Then 75 grams of cocoa powder. My favourite cocoa powder is the green and blacks, but I'm using this Morrison's organic one. It's quite nice. 75 grams of cocoa is quite a lot, but these are going to be quite chocolatey, so I think that's just about it. And then into the butter, egg, and sugar mixture, you're going to want to sieve this in. Doesn't matter if you hold it quite high, just make sure there aren't any lumps in it. It's not easy doing this with one hand. So that should be pretty smooth as well. Okay, then 275 grams or 300 of self-raising flour, and then just sift it in. Huh? So fold in the flour, about 275 grams. Self-raising flour or normal, it's completely up to you. Self-raising flour, they'll make it a bit, they'll raise obviously, so they'll be a bit higher. But I quite like plain flour, it just makes them flat. When you mix it, it might become look like it's too firm. If it is too firm, like this one is, I mean it needs to be firm so that they hold their shape. But if it is, just add a little dash of milk. Probably about that much, and stir that in. And then just try a little bit. Yeah, that's real good. And then stir in cut up chocolate chunks or chocolate chips. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is take a handful of it, and because it's quite floury and quite sticky, it won't make a mess on your hands. So do this, make a ball about that size, really roll it, and get a piece of chocolate, put it on the top, and squidge it down.
So was Ben and Joe. Made sure of that.
And then what you want to do is put this back on top of it, so you want to pick it back up, and then push the icing on the top, I'll show you. So it ends up like that. And then put some, turn the TV down. And then put on some whole chocolate chunks on the top. And do that until you've covered the tray. Put foil on the tray. They will get quite big, so space them out quite a lot. Okay, so these ones came out like this. So you got the big chunk of chocolate in the middle. Then I just put Galaxy on the top. And they're quite big. So I'm not sure whether they will flatten in the oven because they melt, or whether I'll have to flatten them, but I'll see. But these are the sort of Ben style cookies. Okay, then these need to go in the fan oven, sorry, at 200 or 220 if it's not a fan oven. Put them in on the top shelf. Okay, so that was about 9 minutes. There we go, that was about 9 minutes. Quite squidgy. You can pop them in for longer if you think they need longer, but I quite like them like that. They're so nice. I'd serve them on a plate. And then you can just pick at them because they will fall apart if you try and sort of lift them up at all. But yeah.